Hi there, it's Paul from Hurricane Forex. I've got a great new update for you. This is not Hurricane Forex. This might be your standard MetaTrader 4 chart, and that's probably what people are trade with, stuff like this for some reason. I don't know why. And over about 15 years, I've been developing trading Forex robots and indicators, and Hurricane Forex is basically the best thing I've ever written, and certainly the most successful. So I'm going to show you how to set it up and how to turn this into quite an interesting chart. So first of all, we're going to switch to the hourly, because Hurricane Forex is designed to run on the hourly. It run on anything else as well, so if you're a longer term trader, that's cool. If you'll install it from the MetaTrader store, so you won't have it here, it'll be in a folder somewhere up here. But you just drag and drop it onto the chart, hit OK like this, and we just need to get rid of a few things. So let's delete this one. Delete indicator window is what I'm after. That's the one. Delete that one. Delete that one. I like to take off of the. Let's take off the grid, and suddenly it becomes a more clearer. Now, what I also do is actually I've got a template you can load with slightly less. I always find black quite stark, so I'm just going to load my normal template like that. So you can get this template. It's a little bit less stark on the eyes. You can get it from my Discord group. Please come and join the Hurricane Forex Discord group, even if you're just interested. Come and see what we do. Come and hear the traders talking. There's a lot of banter goes on. It's quite good fun. So now I'm going to show you how to open all the charts, because obviously this is one currency and you want to kind of be trading quite a few. So this is the utility called Open All Charts. Now, first thing you need to do, once you've got this looking how you want, just do right click, template, save template, and save it as default. And then whenever you open a new chart, it'll open with this. Okay, so I'm going to now run Open All Charts. So I just drag it onto here. Okay, click OK. You can't see the OK, it's on the other screen. So just while it's doing this is Linux. I'm running MetaTrader on Linux because I'm a programmer and I kind of use Linux. So you didn't see the alert box, because here's the alert box, which appeared on my other screen. That's just a Linux thing. That yours will come up and say, in fact, what it'll look like is it'll say complete, thanks for using. So then go back to the first chart you started with. This is the one you dropped the first, just close it, because you don't need another chart on open. So let's just have a look around the charts, and I'll show you some of the features of Hurricane Forex. But the most interesting thing is the use of Heiken Ashi within this. So you'll see that we've got a 200 period Heiken Ashi going on here. The little pin things are removed to make it easier to read. You see that when the candles get bigger, we've got a stronger move, and when they get smaller, you see how they get really thin here, the market's changing direction. And the same thing happens on this. This is a 50 period Heiken Ashi, and you'll see the way that look how the market gets thinner, because it's changing direction. And so it was in an uptrend here. You can see it was in quite a strong uptrend there, and how it pulls down and you start getting these sell signals. Look at them. Sell signals coming in. You see the market's flat, so you're waiting for a sell, and then you can see how these new dots, this is a new thing for current users. You see how we've got these dots coming in. So our sell entries there. Now these are our target dots. We reckon that the price will rebound at this point. So if you want a quick trade out of it, you can aim for these target dots. Okay, and actually this one, all these hit, everything hits that on this candle here. And you see how it actually carries on in trend. Personally, I like to set it to the next available fib level, and if it heads here quickly like it did with that one, I might move it down to here, and then I move my stop down behind the Heiken Ashi candles, actually, because it works pretty well. Like you can see here, you could actually move your stop down with these little red dots, or you could move them down with your Heiken Ashi candles if you want it to work that way. So you manage the trade however you want to manage it. Okay, so for instance, another sell here, that would stop out. This one here does actually, because the stop's so high, you'd actually get take profit down here. Of course, you've got to be aware of what's going on in the market. This shows a bearish trend. You can see everything's this gold color. You can change all these colors in your indicator settings, which I'll cover in just a second. So flip through a few charts. Same sort of situation here. Aussie CADs, these are Aussie trades. Aussie Swiss, it's a bit more, Aussie Swiss is not so volatile. You see ATR up here is 18 pips, so you know it's not going to be a big mover. So you're going to be in slower trades. But you could have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would stop you out probably. Yeah, that would stop you out. 10, I suppose, trades out of that. Or winners. Okay, straight away. And look how quickly it detects this you can start seeing how the price just fails, and then you see how this goes thin here, that goes thin. You start getting buy signals, and see it's flat, there's buy signals coming in. Now we had a bit of news here, so that's what caused this going against the trend that it was in. That happens, it's life. This is really good for news actually, and I'll tell you why. Because it's constantly monitoring the market, so when it sees, it can see that price move, and it will take it. It'll give you an alert on that price move. So okay, here we go again. You can see this blue here, and there's take profit, and then there's a little blue stop loss, and then you're back into the take profits again, because it was moving back into the bearish trend. In fact, because all this was pretty much news powered. So it's very easy to see the trend. It's very easy to find entries, because the thing tells you when to find entries. You can see here, there's an entry. In fact, I've got a trade on sterling dollar, I think, somewhere. You can see very quickly, because when it gives you alerts, you can, because the market's shut, I can't show you, or I could show you it giving you an alert. When you see alerts, you'll find that it will sometimes give you lots of alerts on the same currency. So you get like Aussie yen, dollar yen, GBP, JPY at the same time, and then you know that the yen's getting really much weaker, so you can take the best trade for that. I mean, here's a market that's flattening out. You can see it. There's lots of sell signals, and it's not getting past this. These fib levels are all part of Hurricane Forex. Everything you see is, and you'll see that there's hashed areas. Now these two areas here are areas where the market hangs around. You see this happen. So if you're selling off of the top of this, see how it's sold off at the top of this. It just went straight down here, and here it just seems unable to get any more power. That is common, happens a lot in the markets. And again, look, same sort of situation. Let's find a different one. CAD Swiss doing exactly the same thing. This is another thing where this one we've Swiss yen. You've just got to bounce between two fib levels. Again, Euro Aussie. I'm pretty confident that at this point we're going to start seeing it pulling back. So this is a pullback indicator. We are looking to get pullbacks. Again, you'd stay out of this trade. Why? Look at it. It's flat. So if you look at the trend strength, look at the trend strength. When the trend strength is 0, okay, it's flat. And at the moment, because the market's shut, they all say 0. But when the market's open, it doesn't say 0. Obviously, it says it will say what the trend strength is. But of course, because the market's open, it's closed, it's flat. Yep. So we go through these. You can see this again. You know what you can trade. This is an uptrend, but it ain't that strong. Okay, you can see that because there's lots of entries on it. Okay, whereas this look at this nice down signal, straight into profit. So it depends on how far away things are, how strong the uptrend is. You can see very clearly. Just look at that. You can see when a trend is ending, because of the way the price just sort of stops and starts heading back towards that Heiken Ashi line and just gives up. And guess where it's done it? Back at this hashed area again. So that's that. Okay, so other features. So let's look at the trend calculator. So these two lines here are available on every chart. So what you can do is just drag that down here. So let's find one where there's an actual signal that's worth trading. Let's say we're into this. Wouldn't trade this in a million years. It's on a Friday. If the lines don't come up, just switch. There it goes. There's the lines. Okay, so in this case we've got a buy signal. There's the stop down here. We'll pop a stop in there. Is that a buy? And there's the take profit up there. Okay, so what we can do, I can't see the stop. There is a stop there somewhere. Maybe it's that. Okay, so there's the stop, there's the take profit. Now you'll notice down here, so it's not moving around, but normally when we're in an open market, the price will move around. Down here, you've got the reward. There is a trend strength thrown on this one. Okay, that's cool. So it's a 13% trend strength. So that means that this is actually in a relatively good uptrend. And you can see that there's repeated entries. Okay, now this is Friday, so that's why you've got this. There's been a lot of news. It's sterling. Sterling's in a real state at the moment because our governments are chopping and changing, and it's really unsettling the market. It's not been doing very well. You see, it was in a long downtrend, and it started changing into an uptrend here. Again, you see things with Hurricane Forex in the markets you don't normally see. So this tells me that at one lot, if I was to take this trade at one lot at the current price, I would have a 2-to-1 risk reward. there, I'd have a risk of £798. I'd have a reward of £1,600. Now, normally when markets are open, I've got trades are on. This shows me the risk and reward I've got currently for the whole of my trades that are on. So if you're doing a prop account challenge, you need to know how much risk in percentage of your account is on. You need to know that, because you can fail your prop account challenge if you don't. How are you going to know it? You have to sit there with a calculator. Whereas with this, it's all there. So if you've got a 4% limit per day of drawdown in your account, maximum 4% per day, you just look up there and go, okay, I've got 2% risk. Okay, that means I've got to be safe and probably not put another trade on. It's a really good tool if you're prop trading to keep track of things. It's really useful to be able to see when markets are flat and where you shouldn't be trading. Okay, so you see these things where it was in a downtrend, and there's been some nice sell trades down here. There again, and then it's gone flat. So your trend strength indicator. In fact, I'll bring that back just by doing this. There you go. It's coming back. It's only because the markets are shut, so it's not running the calculation. But here, look at this. I actually took, is this GBP? Yes, this is the one. I actually took this trade, and it was just beautiful. It just went straight to target. Almost, I just in a few hours. I didn't even do anything. I went out. So I'm very much a set it and forget it trader. I've found in the past that if I don't do that, then I tend to fiddle with the trades. So I've had to psychologically deal with that. So what I'd say to you is, if you are that kind of trader, the other thing Heiken Ashi helps you with, in fact, is these candles. If you look at them on a normal chart, in fact, I could do that. So if I turn off the Heiken Ashi part, you can go into the Hurricane Forex thing and turn off Heiken Ashi. Why anybody would to, I don't know, but we'll turn off Heiken Ashi like this, okay, and then close, and everything comes back, and it's all very boring and basic. But if I turn on the normal candles, you can see how, in fact, this is a pretty good, you see, it's quite messy and it's quite difficult to see. And if I put Heiken Ashi back on, edit, I'll just bring the indicator settings down here for you. They just appeared on my other screen. So that's the lot size. Default lot size is what's on the trade calculator. Use Heiken Ashi candles true, puts it back again. Yeah, you can't see this, it keeps appearing on my other screen. Close, and then it comes back. It's much less difficult to see. If you were in that trade, you could hold it quite happily because it's all blue candles. So that's it basically. I mean, so we've got the trade calculator. We've also got these MACD trends, which shows you what MACD thinks over different periods, which is very useful if you're more of a long-term trader and you want to trade on higher time frame charts, which you can. As you can see, you could take 4-hour signals if you wanted to. They're all there. I prefer to trade on the 1-hour chart because I don't really like to hang around for longer than a couple of days on trades. So for instance, this trade here, to take profit, was actually in a few hours. If I extended the trade to the next fib level, it would take 2 days to get to. But you can see it's a big strong downtrend. It's a nice downtrend. It's really lovely, and you can see where the market stalls, and it just doesn't, it gets to this level and just sits there, and that means we're starting to think about. That's because of news. So here's the news. There's the reply to the news, if you like, the retracement out of the news, carries on in its downtrend, and then things start changing, and you can see how we start getting buy signals in a sell trend, and that's a normal sign that things are starting to change direction. So really successful with this. It's a fantastic indicator, even though I wrote it. So if you want to join in, hurricaneforex.com, it's $30 a month, or you can buy it outline for $799. It used to be $800, but I lost a little bet with somebody on a trade, so I had to drop it by $1. I'm not bitter. I'm not bothered, actually. I'm not bothered. At $30 a month, you can take it for a month and try it and see if it suits your trading. But please use it in with the it's a high risk thing, Forex. This hopefully will help you to find really good entries and be able to really see what's going on in the market. I can't deal with sudden presidents changing and prime ministers sacking their chancellor or whatever. These things happen and they're unexpected of a lot of times. So those things happen in the market. And that's why you need something like, I like forexsignals.com. They've got some great information all the time, and you can ask them about, and they keep track of all the fundamentals for me. There's a link on my site, hurricaneforex.com. So if you want this, hurricaneforex.com, You get it from the MetaTrader 4 market, and it runs on MetaTrader. I am working on a version in PineScript for, but it's quite a different thing. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching. Hope that's useful.